Welcome, horror friends, to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if not, I am ReAnimateHer, your queen of Scream. And are you ready to delve into some of the darkest corners that the cinema has to offer you? I know I am. And this is my brand new monthly YouTube series called Extremely Disturbing Movies. This is where I bring you reviews on the most gruesome, offensive, and horrifying films that the cinema has to offer. Yeah, I say offensive, gruesome, and horrifying. And I say offensive because some people find these movies offensive. And I am going to be your guide through these dark, gruesome films. So if you are somebody who is on the fence about shocking and disturbing, or somebody who is a aficionado of shocking and disturbing but haven't seen a movie yet, so be prepared to have spoilers throughout this, because I want you at home to know what you're getting into when you go to watch this movie. Today, we are diving headfirst into a terrifying world of body horror where nightmares come to life. Today's gruesome review is on the movie Thanatomorphose from 2012. Yeah, Thanatomorphose. So if you're having a hard time trying to say it, that is how you say it, Thanatomorphose. It is a crazy title name. Yeah. And the world of body horror is intensely gruesome and brings in all sorts of feelings and emotions. I know for myself it does when I watch these films. Yeah, it just makes you squirm and it makes you uncomfortable. But I think that's why I enjoy these types of movies, because they make me uncomfortable. Your normal horror film doesn't do that, like Friday the 13th, Abigail, those don't create that for me, that uneasy, just like I crawl out of my skin fear, I gather you want to call it. But this film, holy shiitake mushrooms. Yeah. All right, guys. So grab your popcorn, turn off the lights, and join me as we dissect the scares, the thrills, and the unforgettable moments of horror cinema. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you at home don't ever miss a moment of fear-filled fun. Also, when I go live for my amazing show, Coffee Chat of Horrors, that I do on a Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, our last episode of CCOH for the season, going to be next Sunday. And I'm excited. I've got something fun for you guys. Now, before we dive in, I want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel supporters and members. Your support helps keep the lights on, well dimmed, for our horror reviews and more. If you enjoy my content and want to support me on more of a financial level and what we do here and get exclusive perks and rewards for becoming a member, right down below, there's a join button. You can smash that if you like and become a part of the undead community here on YouTube. Or, hey, you want to check out another area that I have that you can support with behind the scenes content and more? You can check out theghoulshop.com and check out my memberships over there. All right, no more delay. Let's check out Thanatomorphose 2012. It is It is a French-Canadian body horror film. Now, Canada is known to be the land of body horror. I mean, we have the godfather of body horror, and he's Canadian, and that is the great David Cronenberg. Thanatomorphose was a film by Eric Faladero. Now, I do apologize, Eric. Your name it looks French. Most likely is, since this was filmed on the French-Canadian side. I don't mean to any disrespect in butchering your name. I even had to Google how to pronounce Thanatomorphose. Yeah, because wow. All right, guys, I'm going to tell you that this movie is not for the weak stomach. It has a lot to do with human and animal decomposition. And decomposition is where your body rots away. Usually happens when you are dead, right? So this is your warning right now, not to watch the movie if things like that trigger you. There's also some abuse in this film, some animal carcasses. No, you don't actually see any animal deaths, but I know that could be a trigger for some. But I do want to warn you before going into this. And all right. Now, at home, have you seen Thanatomorphose? If so, let me know in the comments. I would love to know your thoughts. Did you enjoy it? Did it make your skin crawl? What did you think of it? I love having discussions done on all the movies that I discussed here on my YouTube channel. If you are wanting to watch this movie, I'm going to tell you where you can watch it and many other disturbing films. It is called Effed Up Movies. This is a site that is dedicated to, movies as soft as Evil Dead, but as gruesome and gross as Thanatomorphose, and probably even worse. I love this site. I do a lot of watching on my own time from this site. And I will be your guide through effed up movies if you want. Just in case, if you're like, well, maybe I should watch it, maybe I shouldn't watch it. I want you to be able to watch without, hurting yourself. I know that sounds funny, but we can damage ourselves and trigger something from our past and that we may have had trauma with if you don't really know what's going on. I know it sounds silly, but it's not, guys. It really isn't. All right. If you have recommendations that I should watch or that you want me to watch and do a review on because you are unsure if you should watch it, please put it down below in the comments. I want to know your most disturbing effed up movie you have seen. And if you want me to see it, let me know down below. I think it'll be a good time. Yeah, it's really exciting to do this new series for you guys. And if you enjoy it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel. Comment, share this video with your friends. So Thanatomorphose is a Hellenic word referring to the visible signs of an organism's decomp caused by death. And here is another trigger warning. This film shows abuse, very, very adult content, lots of blood, tons of gore. I am a gore whore, and this satisfied every friggin' level of gore whoreness in me. So that should tell you something. Now, if you are a gore whore like myself, you will fully enjoy this. So when I tell you that there is filled with body gore, please believe me, I mean it. Every piece of gore is horrific body horror, not for the faint. So the plot is about a young, lively woman who slowly is dying. What started out as a rash or a dark bruise, it keeps spreading, and even though she still holds on to everything she has, a terrible scourge is eating her alive from the inside. Ooh, you're probably like, is it like worms? Is it squirms? Is it those cockroaches from like Creepshow? No. The beginning opening of this film is a bit distorted, which makes it feel somewhat unsettling, but also intriguing. It is a great way to start off the film. If you have a photosensitivity issue, then please be careful. There are flashing lights, mainly of red in color, especially in the opening scene. There is a lot of people who are photosensitive, so I just want you to be aware that big photosensitivity in the beginning parts, the opening part. When I watched Thanatomorphose, the opening scene already created that uneasy feeling of dread and despair just by the visuals that how it affected me. So there's that. Now, our protagonist, Laura, is a very young woman who loses her interest in life. Many things she once loved, she no longer has feelings for. She is belittled and treated like crap by her boyfriend. You will not like him in here. Her male friends treat her like a piece of meat, and no one is really noticing the spiral of depression she is going into. Laura is a strong woman who is also very infuriating to watch. Oh, she's very infuriating to watch. However, I do understand what she is going through. I've seen it in other people. And if you understand what she's going through, then you can kind of, not be so infuriated by her. But yeah, she kind of infuriated me. Even though her body is turning against her, which most of us who live with a chronic illness, our bodies hate us. So I can definitely relate to this part here where her body is slowly killing her. However, she doesn't ask for help or any medical attention. Her friends and medical professionals that she works with, nobody actually notices the the stress, the depression that she's going to. And this is very important. We know May is a mental health awareness month, and mental health is a really huge thing. It used to be a taboo, and now it is everywhere. So if you've noticed a friend of yours that hasn't been acting right, maybe you haven't seen them in a while and you haven't checked in with them, please check in with them. And really big, please check in with your men. Yeah. Men's mental health is more of a taboo than women's mental health. And it's just as important as our mental health. So please make sure you're checking in on all your friends, especially your male friends. Sometimes it's hard to notice in a man when they are depressed or heading towards that spiral. Just check in on them, right? All right. Now, the quality of this film is a low grade, low budget, and I believe the low budget look of this film really hits it. The film was created for $40,000, and that is quite low budget. However, the low budget feel and look of this film does its justice. There are some films out there that if they're filmed low budget, it just hits different. It actually goes with it. The gore and decomp of the body, they just look better. I mean, I don't know if we really want to see the gore and the decomp in high def. And I don't know if having it in high definition would even make it look better. I don't think so. I think low budget horror that has a lot of gore, especially if it's special effects and not CGI made, looks way realistic and better than in like a 4K high definition view. What do you think? Do you think gore, blood, and guts look better in a high definition, or would you prefer to see your special effects in a nice, gritty, low-budget style film? The cinematography is okay. The atmosphere is sad and depressing. That feels like there is no hope. It really fits the film well. And the acting I found to be okay. You can definitely tell maybe they were new into acting. I don't really like to chat upon people's acting careers because you don't know where they are in their levels, right? The acting it wasn't terrible. It wasn't supreme, but it was okay. And yeah, it was okay. So I'd love to know what you guys think. Now, what I really loved about this film is the special effects in this movie. They are amazing. So my hat off to your special effects crew who created the gore and the decomp for this film. The gore is what really made this film for me. I loved how it looked. The sounds, oh my God, the sounds of the film are amazing. The squishiness, the gloopiness, the slush, the breaking of body parts and bones, the skin tearing. Oh, it's great. I really liked it. When I was watching the film, that is what I was noticing, especially in these areas where you want to be uncomfortable. It was great. The audio with the visuals were amazing. And if you were not sure what was happening in a visual kind of way, because maybe you couldn't see the TV or whatever, the sounds, you knew what was happening. Put it to you that way. My feelings on the film and the message that I received while watching it may be different for you. As like I always tell you guys, art is subjective. What I see and feel in a movie may be totally different from what you see and feel. And this is why it's important to discuss these types of things. I think it's great that everyone has different views about movies and feelings and how they received the art. It's very important to have those discussions, and I enjoy having them. Now, however, the stages that her body decomp seems to have is like the stages of depression. So Laura makes you angry and it makes you feel bad for her all at the same time, because you can see that how her depression starts, you know. You can just see the different tiers of depression, and each tier has a different type of body decomp. And by the time anybody realizes that she's in dire need of help, she's already dead. You know what I mean? She's already completely decomped. I think the message is pretty friggin' important here. Definitely. Should you see this movie? Well, yes, if you enjoy very graphic films. This film is on the same level as Necromantic. If you haven't seen Necromantic, whew, you should. Maybe I'll do a deep dive delve into Necromantic for you guys, so you have an understanding of what's happening. Obviously, necromantic, necro, it means, you know, having relations with a unalived body. Yeah. So if you've seen Necromantic, you can probably sit through Thanatomorphose. However, Thanatomorphose is hell of a lot more gory than Necromantic, hands down more gory than Necromantic. However, if you are squeamish in things and don't like a lot of gore, this movie is not for you. Not for you at all. But if you are brave enough to watch, you can check this movie out on Effed Up Movies. I give the film a 5 out of 10. Again, it's not perfect movie, but what I enjoyed was the special effects makeup and the message that you get to receive in this film. I am going to tell you that there are many shocking and disturbing films that have important messages, but a lot of people who watch them don't see the importance of the message because they're so blinded by the shock of what they visually just seen. A great example of this is Cannibal Holocaust. Cannibal Holocaust has some extreme stuff in it, but people can't get past the visuals to see the true important message. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed this film review. Please make sure to like and subscribe, comment, and share with all of your ghoulish friends. Thank you from the bottom of my little black heart for watching this video, and let me know in the comments if there is a shocking and disturbing film that you enjoy and you would love me to dive into a spoiler review. Until next time, my creepies, I will slash you all later. Bye.